I'm going to be using this gorgeous, look at this wide foil. It's sparkly. Sparkly. So I'm going to be using this with just a simple white, with white foil deco mesh, what I used the other night. But I'm going to combine these two. So by combining these two, it's less expensive as well, because this mesh is like half the price of this mesh. So if we use both, it's not as expensive as using two of these, and you still get that sparkle. Okay, so this mesh is called a wide or a deluxe foil mesh. Okay, this is a white deluxe foil mesh, because I am going to be making it sparkly. And then we're going to be using just the white foil mesh, just a normal white foil mesh. Both are 10 inches wide by 10 yards. Hello, welcome, welcome. Oh, that's what happened, Lisa. Okay. Hello, Michelle Honeycutt. How are you? These ribbons are, I'm going to be using these two ribbons, or I might just use this one. I'm not sure. For the bow, for the center. So I'm going to be making it a little USA patriotic, not Canadian patriotic, USA. Okay. And of course, the wingboard. The wingboard are using tonight. Now, I didn't preload anything because I figured it would be much easier for you guys to see what I'm doing as I go along here. Yep. Catherine, we use mesh, we use ribbons, we use tablecloths, we use wool, our yarn, we use Olifun material. We've pretty much done everything. Burlap. You can use anything on these boards. They're a lot of fun. Okay, it is 8:01 and I'd like to get started. So welcome everybody that's here. Again, my name is Lori and I am the CEO of Unique in the Creek. And I kind of come up with some of these fun ideas. Hello, hello. Okay, so this is the wingboard. Okay, this is a board inspired from Michelle from Monkey's Creations. And I'm just going to explain the wingboard just for a second. I don't know if you can see, but when you do get your wingboard, you'll see a number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on one side of the wing. And then the other side of the wing, you again will see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is just for reference for teaching, for making patterns. It just comes in really handy. And lots of times I write with Sharpie marker right on the board what my pattern's going to be, because once it's all covered in mesh or ribbons or whatever you're using, tulips, we're going to be doing some tulip stuff, you don't see the Sharpie marker. So it's pretty fabulous like that. And then the back is just simply plain. But when we're done, the back will be completely neat and there will be no sharp edges or anything. Okay. So on my board, on row 1, I'm going to put the letter N. On row 2, I have arrows going downwards. And like I said, you won't see any of this once we're, hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you for blessing my page. Row 3, we're going again. An arrow is going down. That's that I have to put the mesh going downwards. Row 4, I'm going to put an N again. And row 5, an N. Okay, that is my reference for my pattern. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I got an N, got some arrows, because whatever I do on this side, I'm going to do on the other side as well. Arrows, N, and N. Okay, so row 1, I'm doing an N, row 2, arrow down, row 3, arrow down, row 4 is an N, and row 5 is an N. And again, the same on that side. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. Now, the mesh I'm using for each zip tie, I'm going to be using one piece of wide foil mesh, which is absolutely stunning. I love anything sparkly, and one piece of the white simple foil. You're going to cut your pieces at 9 inches. That's really important. You could even do it at 8 inches if you want to even be even more safe. We just find lately that sometimes the roll, it says it's 10 yards, but it's not. They short us. They rip us off. We need 40 pieces of mesh of each kind at each roll. So if you cut your mesh at 9 inches, that will give you exactly 40 pieces. So if you're scared, cut most of them at 9 inches and cut maybe 4 at 8. That way you'll have enough mesh to go. And I'm not going to heat seal these. You may want to heat seal yours. I find the more metallic that's in your mesh, the less it will fray. So this mesh will fray more than this metallic or this deluxe foil mesh. Okay, so you may want to heat seal your mesh. And I do have a couple videos on how to heat seal on my YouTube channel at Unique in the Creek. But for this, I'm just going to cut it with my rotary cutter. And I'm going to cut it at 9 inches. So I have a brand new rotary cutter. It's nice and sharp. The sharper the rotary cutter, the less fray you will have. Now, the petals I'm going to be using tonight, it does not have you don't have to see, you won't see the edges, so you won't see the fray as much. Okay, so I'm going to cut these at 9 inches. So I'm going to cut it 27. Oh, it glides like butter. 27, 18, and 9. Okay, there we go. That's all you have to do, and you have to cut 2 full rolls, 9 inches. That's very important, else you'll be opening another roll and cursing me. Now, if you use a fabric mesh, or I'm going to show you guys, if you use a fabric mesh, this is a fabric mesh. It does fray a lot. However, fabric mesh is gorgeous to work with. It's nice and soft. This one doesn't have any sparkle to it. Most fabric meshes really don't have any sparkle, but it's nice to work with. It has really, really good coverage, and you will only need 1 piece of the fabric mesh compared to this mesh. I don't know if you guys can see the difference. This has got a tighter weave and a thicker, so it's got literally has fabric running through the mesh. It gives you really, really good coverage compared to this one. Okay, this one doesn't have any sparkle, so I like sparkle. So that's why I'm pairing it up with a more expensive mesh, this fabric or this deluxe foil. But if you're using a fabric mesh, you only need 1 piece. 1 piece. Okay? You can do 2. It will be just a really, really full set of wings. Now, another mesh I really like using for the angel wings is this snowdrift. This snowdrift, I did my first set of wings with the snowdrift, and it was absolutely stunning. I loved it. Very full coverage. It looks like snow or cotton running through it. And you only, again, need 1 piece per zip tie if you're using the snowdrift. You can use poly burlap. Yes, you can. You must heat seal the poly burlap. That poly burlap over here, some black. Now I've heat sealed it, but poly burlap is all just plastic, and it's got really, really wide spaces in between the strands. And if you do not heat seal it, it's going to fray and fray and fray, and it's not going to look very pretty. So you can use the poly burlap. However, you know what? Deco mesh gives it that whimsical, light and airy kind of look. So I like to use just normal deco mesh. Okay. So what we're going to do for the petal. Now I've pre-done a whole bunch of petals, but I'm going to do a few of them first. I'm going to get my board, and we're going to use row 1 right now. Okay, row 1, we're going to take a zip tie. Put the zip tie through the hole, and you're going to do it up. So you need to put the tail of the zip tie through the flat head part of the zip tie, and just pull it till you hear the zipping sound and it locks. Okay. It shouldn't be buffering. I am connected right to the Ethernet, so hopefully it won't keep doing that. Because the other one I did kind of a straight on view, and this one's a little easier to see. Okay, so we're just doing the 5 holes on row 1. You're going just around the outside of the board. Okay. Okay, so we're locked and loaded. Now I'm using there's the Unique in the Creek logo and Made in Canada. If you can read that, because both top and bottom look the same. Okay, they're exactly the same. For my reference, I make sure the words, I can read them, and I always look at my arrows because I want to make sure that the petals are going downwards to make that point for the wing. Okay, you guys seen Michelle do the butterfly yesterday, and her petals went outwards, going towards the side. For the angel wing, they're going to go down. Okay, now we got loaded. I'm going to take this wide foil. Okay, curl up. When we say curl up, it's if you rock it, you can. How can I be? Oh, really? Oh, it's got to be Facebook. I was going to say, because I'm hooked right up to the router with my Ethernet cable. So I'll just keep going. So you're going to take it, curl up. This would be curl down. This is curl up. Okay, 9 by 10 piece. Put it in a diamond. And all we're going to do is roll from the corner to the corner. I'm going to roll my mesh. So take your corner, tuck it in, and just roll. Roll, 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 roll. I'm sorry about the buffering. There's really nothing I can do because I am like totally wired right to the internet, so it's not a Wi-Fi issue. Okay, there we go. Now, if you could put, I kind of do like if you could put 2 fingers in, that's how I measure my tube. So figure out what you're comfortable with, and just try and do your rolls, your tube rolls, the same consistency. Okay. And again, now this was the deluxe foil. Now I'm doing just the normal foil. It's almost like a value mesh, and I'm doing the exact same thing. Okay, just rolled it. That's it. Now I'm going to take this piece and this piece, I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to flip it. Okay, and when I flip it up, what I'm doing is I just want to make sure my points of my mesh are about the same length. Okay, then I'm going to start at the bottom. So I'm going to work upside down. You guys, the words to me are upside down on the board. I'm going to take this piece, and we call these nubs. I call this a nub. That's why the letter N is there, because we are going to put the nub into the zip tie. Now I like to put it in and about a fingertip length in the zip tie and zip it up. Okay. I like to push down. And then, if you have needle nose pliers, now these are just from the dollar store, but go raid the toolbox in the shed and grab your spouses or your significant other, grab their needle nose pliers. And then this just helps you pull it tight. All right. And then we're going to clip this zip tie tail off. I have this little bucket where I'm going to put my little zip tie tails, and I'm going to clip this off. Okay. So these are just wire nippers. If you've bought any of our Unique in the Creek pre-made kits, you do get the wire nippers in the kit. So you may have a bunch of these hanging around. And now we're going to do another one. Now this time, see how I have the wide foil or the deluxe foil mesh in the center of this petal? And I have this one, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to put the deluxe foil mesh on the outside, and then I'm going to put the value mesh on the inside. And I'm going to kind of do a pattern like that. Okay, so we're going to roll it again. Again, it's pretty much the same consistency or the same diameter as these ones. But once we start layering these petals, it'll make more sense. Okay, again, just rolling. Take the two of them, and this time, so you got it like this. This time I'm going to flip it so that the value mesh is on the inside and the wide foil or deluxe foil mesh is on the outside. Okay, and I'm going to put it in about a fingertip, do it up, and then I just kind of squish it down and pull the zip tie tight. I would love if you guys would float my boat, sprinkle my page, you know, all that stuff. There we go. Okay. The whole wing, the whole angel wing is, the ends that I cut off, they just go in the garbage. So I have a little container here. I throw all my zip tie tails in that are cut, and then at the end, I'll just throw it in the garbage. Okay, let's do this again. I do have a lot of petals preloaded today. I know you got 4 inches of snow. I sent it to you guys from Canada. I sent it from Canada, eh? Because I have a lot of friends in Texas, so I thought I'd give them a little of Canada. Yeah, all my Texas friends are like, take your snow back. Hello, my Suzanne. Okay, again, pieces are 9 by 10 in a diamond shape. Thank you for sharing, Joan. And just roll. I know there's a lot of people that were looking for this tutorial. Try that again. And I just wanted to do an overhead view for making this. Give you guys 2 perspectives. Now this, again, I'm going to put the value mesh on the outside and the deluxe foil is on the inside. Into your zip tie. You didn't get any snow, Monk? Fingertip. That's Michelle from Monkey's Creation. That's her fingertip thing. All right. And we're going to cut the tail off again. So the N means nub. I'm just going to kind of turn them a little angled. Okay. Now I have all kinds. I sat and watched TV. You guys know I like to sit in my recliner. You can actually do this whole wreath sitting down in your recliner watching movies if you wanted to. So I've pre-made a whole bag of these. So it's the 2 rolls. I just throw them in a shopping bag. And what I do, I'll show you my secret. I got little rubber bands that are clear from the Dollar Tree or dollar store, whatever dollar, they all sell them. You get 500 for like $1, and I pre-make my petals. That way I cut my mesh, roll all my petals, and that's what the only thing I do in my craft room is cut my mesh. I take all my mesh to my recliner. Okay, I have a little cutting mat, just a little portable one. It's only like 12 by, and I use this on my lap, and I roll my petals on my lap. Much easier when you have back issues, especially. So you roll it, put your clothespin on. You roll another one. I know this isn't deluxe foil. Oh, I have a piece right here, duh. Roll another one, again, doing it on my lap. Take your 2 pieces, flip them, just like this. Take one of your little rubber bands here and put it around the nub and toss it in the bag. And that's what you can do. So I pre-made all of these. I think I was watching my 600-pound, no, I was watching my 600-pound life. That's what I watched TLC. I binge watch it. Made all these petals and threw them in the bag. And then once your board is loaded and you don't dump all your elastics, then you're ready to roll. So you just take your thing, stick your nub in, and zip tie it pretty much where the elastic is. How great is that? All right, and then I'll grab a bunch of the petals so I don't have to keep bending down. All right, so I have the deluxe foil on the outside. So this one I want in value foil. So we've got row 1 done. Alrighty. And this one is a nub, and this one's a nub. And I'll show you guys what I'm doing with those 2 outside holes. Row 2 is done a little bit different. What you're going to do is, again, take your zip tie and preload your board. You're going to go down 1 hole and up the other. This time, you're not going to close the zip tie, okay? We're going to leave these open. We call this preloading the board open because there's certain flowers and certain techniques that will say, we will tell you if it's open or closed. Closed means what we did on row 1. Open is what I'm doing right here, row 2. Okay. I'm doing this upside down. Okay, so we're open. Again, we're going to start on the bottom. The one next to it, it's got a value mesh on the outside row. So I'm going to use a petal that has a deluxe foil on the outside row. This time, we're not going to be using nubs. We're going to open your 2 and put the zip tie right down the center and close it like this. You can, so that twists, it really doesn't matter because this gets so full that you don't even, the nubs don't even matter if you don't fold them down or whatever, or push them down. That makes sense because this is going to get full. So row 1, 2, and 3 are pretty much giving you the shape of the wings. Row 4 and 5 is going to give us the volume. Okay. Oh yeah, just watch the replay when you get your boards. Stop, start, rewind, you know, go through all my chit chat. Your 20-year-old son is crying? Oh, football. All right, so I'm going to use on the outside again. And the elastic is still here. It will disintegrate and just disappear. You won't even notice it's gone. So we're just following kind of the, look how full it's getting already. And look how sparkly. Just love sparklies. Okay. Just going. So this is basically one of the easiest petals we do. And it is very simple. If you just actually follow the instructions that I give you, like right now, it's very simple. And we're just layering each of these petals. Alrighty, so we're done row 2. Now I'm going to take a clothespin and I'm just going to pin these back so you can see what I'm doing on row 3, which is exactly what I just did on row 2. So if you guys have not watched me, I use clothespins all the time for a lot of projects. They're perfect for when you need an extra set of hands. Okay, so row 3, I'm going to preload open. Okay, now I have this one little hole up here, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. Now there is extra holes. If you want to make your wing even fuller, you really don't need to. So it's totally up to you. Okay, so there's 3 on row 3. 1, 2, 3. Do exactly what we did on row 2. Okay, so I just put cream on my hands and now my zip ties are slipping through my hands. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of the deluxe foil mesh on my website and the white foil. I believe I have a lot of the white foil still left. The deluxe foil, I won't have any more until the end of the month. So if you want to wait till the end of the month, I'll have a bunch of it in. This ribbon I'm going to be using, both of these ribbons are on the website. They're both a 1.5 inch. So grab some more petals. Hello, all my friends. Creed did have a great birthday dinner. We had fun. I love when we're all together. Oh, this deluxe foil. It's kind of thick, so you will get very full coverage. I would not recommend using 2 pieces of deluxe foil because that'll be like a lot of overkill and it'll be more expensive. So this is a great way to make your wings inexpensive but still get that sparkle wow factor. Is just pairing the deluxe foil with a more of a value mesh foil. Okay, so that is row 3. Now we have this one hole right here, and it's going to be a nub. So what you're going to do is take your zip tie, go around the board, okay, and I'm going to take my mesh and I'm going to put the nub just like that and push down on the nub so it kind of flattens and spreads the petals out, okay? And you'll see how it all comes together. So don't panic. It's funny because people, you know, after you do one row 2, you think, oh, it doesn't look right. It'll never look right until you're absolutely done. Until it comes together at the end. So I'm going to pin these back again so you guys can see what I'm doing. And my board keeps sliding away from me. I need more zip ties. All right, so row 4, we have an N. So we're going to be doing a nub. So I'm going down and up, and then I'm closing it. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of those. We have, this is not a wreath kit. We do have wreath kits on uniqueinthecreek.com. If you just go under wreath kits, we have roses, sunflowers, daisy kits. So they're really good if you're a beginner to give it a try. All right, so we preloaded, closed, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we got an N, so it's a nub. So you're going to go in with your nub at the angle your zip tie is. So this zip tie is kind of facing downwards. So that's how this is going. Now this is now going to fill up your board. Okay, so rows 1, 2, and 3 is giving your making your wing shape. Rows 4 and 5 is filling it up. All right, so again, this nub is pretty much almost straight in. Because I didn't know what else to call it. So I thought nub is a really fun word. It looks like, I don't know what a nub is, but if I did know, I would think it looked like that. Clip these off. All right, I'm still going with my pattern on alternating the wide foil mesh. Alrighty, and this one's coming up slightly this way, right? And I'm going to show you a little trick at the end of this so we can make sure we get our mesh going the way we want to go. All right, so now we got row 5. Now row 5, what we're going to do is we're going to be using what we call shared holes. So I'm going to be using this hole up to this hole. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go down this hole and go up this one and close it. And then I'm going to go down this hole that I just used and back up the next one. So that hole right here, we call it a shared hole because there's two zip ties in that hole. Okay. And now I'm going to go from this hole to this hole. So I have 3 pieces that I'm going to be doing on row 5. So again, I'm going to go in at the angle. Gotta push those nubs down. Going in at the angle that the zip tie is going. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. Okay. Look how sparkly it is. Can you guys see the sparkle on this? The last angel wings, I didn't use this wide foil. I only used a few pieces. Just pulling these out. And then we got one more right there. And we are done one side. No, this is the instruction. There are so many things that you can do with the Unique in the Creek boards that I already have like almost 300 plus tutorials on my YouTube channel. So to come with instruction, yeah, this is your instruction. However, the kits, like the rose kit and the sunflower and everything, they come with pictured instructions because they're more for like beginners. All right, guys, we're done the one side. Isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to show you a little trick so we can round that top here. The deluxe white mesh is sold out. I'm sorry, Pat. I will be getting more in at the end, I believe at the end of the month. Or maybe sooner. I'm not sure. But I know it's coming in January. Our YouTube channel is Unique in the Creek. So again, we're going to be doing the same thing we did on the other side. So row 1 is going to be nubs. I did show the petal fold, but I'll show it again. It's very simple. Yes, there it is, Barbara Craft. I got a collection going on here. There's my infinity. Thank you so much, my doll. And Lolly just got home today, so I will give her her nail things that you sent her. Okay, starting again. I used 2 rolls of mesh at 9 inches. So the petal fold is, I'm using 2 different mesh. 9 by 10. You're going to roll from corner to corner. Oh, curl up. Oh, the feathers and oh yeah, you lights, everything. Tensi, you know, we can tape lights to the board and then zip tie around it. You can put feathers in there in the zip tie. There is so much you can do. Okay, this is also 9 by 10. Curl up, put it in a diamond shape, roll it from corner to corner. Alrighty, put the 2 together, flip it, check on your points. Now this is going to be awkward because I'm right-handed. This is the bottom. Remember, look at your arrows, and my writing is still that way. Pound zip ties. These are 6.3 inches long. About a fingertip in to make your nub. And this time I'm going to use my zip tie gun. Now, if you do a lot of Unique in the Creek boards, the zip tie gun really saves your hands because what it does, it'll pull your zip ties and cut it as soon as the zip tie is tight enough. It's like $14 on Amazon. There is a link on my website under Lori's Tools. So if you scroll on the home page, if you go down, you'll see a big star that says Lori's Tools. Just click on that, and the link for this exact one is there. If you're going to do boards, this really, really comes in handy. This one's almost 2 years old. It's metal. It's never broke on me, and it's really saved my hands a lot. So That side I used, you can use wire cutters or the nippers, or just don't use your good ribbon scissors to cut the zip tie tails. This side, I'm going to use my zip tie gun. I'm on antibiotics. These antibiotics make me so thirsty. I'm drinking constantly. They are two pieces of mesh, and one is a wide foil and one is just a value mesh. And I'm just going opposite. So the deluxe foil on this one is on the outside. The value is on the inside. So the next one I'm doing the value on the outside, and then the deluxe foil on the inside. Again, fingertip. It's so easy when you have your petals done. Because once you get your board loaded, all you do is stick them all in and bam, you're done. So does anybody find this hard to do yet? Or is it pretty simple? And it's like anything, any craft, anything you do, practice makes perfect, but it looks very complex, but it really is pretty easy. Like once you do one, you'll be a pro by the time you're finished it. Alrighty, that's row one. Row two, we're doing it open, down and up. Now you guys will have it a lot easier because I'm doing this upside down. And kind of reaching so I'm staying in the camera sight. Yes, it's a deluxe foil. Okay, row two, here we go. Just open it up because I pre-made my petals. You're just going to open it up and do the zip tie around it. Yeah, I think the only deluxe foil I have left on the website is a turquoise, which is really pretty. And I was going to incorporate it. But look how pretty this is. So angel wings, you can do in any color. Looks like I had a lot of the deluxe foil on the outside. Oh, you're very welcome, Nancy. Thank you for saying thank you. Just type in white mesh and you'll see the white mesh come up. Now I did have 10 cases, so that's like 200 rolls. So there shouldn't run out. And that was just before I went live, I checked, so. But like I said, I do have another large shipment coming in, hopefully soon. And I believe it's got a whole bunch of snowdrift mesh on it as well. Alrighty, that row is done. Okay, I'm just going to put those clothespins on just so you guys can see. Cold and snowy in Texas. It's beautiful here in Canada and Niagara Falls, Ontario. All right, so we're going on row 3, down and up. We're skipping that hole. We don't need it. And the extra holes are in case, you know, if you want to do a ladybug or a bee or something and you need a lot of petals, that you can do the shared holes there. All right, starting at the bottom. Beautiful, and I am too. I know. I think Mother Nature is really confused. Thank you for floating my boat. Snowdrift mesh 1. You don't need more than 1 piece because it's got really good coverage. Now, white mesh is very, very see-through to begin with. So, I want outside. Okay, we're done that one. We got our little hole right up at the top here for a nub. 2 rolls of mesh. I used 1 roll of white value type mesh and 1 roll of deluxe foil mesh. All right, so I'm taking this hole, which got a little end for my nub, doing it closed. I'm taking my piece of mesh and going in, and this is covering the outside of the board. Again, a fingertip, that's all you need. And we'll fix all the petals and get them all going the right way once we get this all completed. Okay, now we're on row 4, which is nubs. And this is where we're filling it in now. So we're going to down and up and close. Yes, this will be available on replay on my YouTube channel. I'll go and edit the video and post it on my YouTube channel. And that way, if you're when you're making yours, you can stop, start, rewind, do whatever you want, and take your time. Okay, 4 more pieces. Okay, again, you're going in the angle that your zip tie is going. I shouldn't have put cream on my hands before I did this. I need a deluxe foil on the outside. So my recommendation for this is I would do most of the roll, do 3/4 of the roll at 9 by 10, And then do 1/4 of the roll at 8 by 10. That's just to ensure that you're going to have enough mesh. I did say that at the beginning, that even though it's the mesh is supposed to be 10 yards, it not always is 10 yards. And we just can't tell that until we're like knee deep into a project. This takes, at 9 by 10, it gives you 40 pieces exactly. I'd hate for you guys to start your project and not have enough. So I really do recommend just doing 3/4 of it, 9 by 10. You will not be able to tell because it's rolled. So you won't be able to tell that one piece is 9 inches and one piece is 10 inches. Okay, so row 5, we're doing shared holes from here to here, from here to here. So there's 3 pieces. And we are almost done. Here we go. Where did I just put all my pieces? I'm losing it. So if you're just joining me, this is the roll. I have to roll some more. Look at this piece. How crazy is that? Okay, roll corner to corner. Nubs, yeah. I didn't know what else to call it. I like to give things a name so at least you can attach something. So if you have an issue and you say, oh, you have an issue with the nub, I'll know exactly what you're talking about. All right, one more piece. Can you guys see the sparkle on this? It's so pretty. Alrighty, last piece. And there we go. So once you got your both sides done, I'm going to clean up this a little bit here. I can make a bow. Okay, so when you flip this over, there's the back of it. We got these 2 holes here, and then we have 2 holes up at the top as well, where we put nubs. What I'm going to do is almost like a stitch with a zip tie. Now you can use the same zip ties you're using, or if you have a 4-inch one, you can use a 4-inch one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this zip tie, go through the hole, and go through the mesh and kind of pull it back. And it'll give it more of the formation of the wing. So I'm just go down, I'm feeding it through the mesh. And I'm just doing it up, pop it in the hole and cut this off. This is just pulling the mesh back just a little bit so you can see the separation on the two wings. So again, I'm feeding it down. Now, if you're selling these and everything, make sure that you put a sticker or your business card or something on the back of the wreath. That way your customer knows your information instantly. So when her friends come over for tea, well, not these days, but, and they want one just like it, she can flip it over and say, this is the lady that made it for me, or the man. All right, so that's the bottom, and I'm going to do the same thing to the top. Now, the top already has a zip tie in it, but that's okay. We're just going to feed down. Down through the mesh. Give it a little wiggle. There we go. A little bit more challenging, the top one, because that big fat nub is there. I'm just moving it out of the way. There we go. And just going around. And pop it in the hole as well. You won't see the zip tie on the other side. So you want to keep everything nice and neat on the back and nothing to scratch the door or your wall or whatever. I'm telling you, when I was doing craft shows and stuff and selling wreaths, I would put stickers on mine because all the time somebody will come over and see, you know, my customer's rose that's on the door, on her door, and her friend will want the same one, or the neighbor. Even take your business card. There we go. Okay, pull out your points, and we're going to put a nice bow right in the center. And I think I'm going to put some roses in there too. Okay, so our wings are done. Look how pretty. Isn't that great? So you just kind of pull back, and then it gives that round up here, and then it's long at the bottom. And then the butterfly is this going outwards. So if you watched Michelle's last night from Monkey's Creations, you see that. What the heck? Oh. That is weird. I got my stitch that I did. It's got one of the petals from the other side in there. That's not good. All right, so let's do a bow. Now, I'm not the greatest bow maker, but I'm getting better. I'm going to keep trying. I'm just going to put my wings to the side. And I'm going to use my Easy Bow Maker. We do have Easy Bow Makers on our website. And I don't know if I said if you're just joining us or just new to Uniquely Creek, we ship both US and Canada. Look how pretty this is. It's even prettier when I opened it. It's got a little bit of shimmer there. Ooh, what a pretty. All right, so I do my bows a little different. I'm going to cut a tail at 20 inches, I think. No, maybe 24. Fold it over. Pinch it, and this is going to be my tail. I also have this one I was going to put in as well. This is just a canvas navy blue with a white trim. Actually, I think I'm going to do the blue underneath. Okay. Now, a trick I want to show you with the wing is we don't want all the tails going straight down. So what you can do is take a zip tie. We're going to go down and up through this. And do both sides of it. And this is on row 5, the very bottom one. And I'm going to put a tail, a ribbon tail, going this way. And that way it shows it will go this way, and not everything will go straight down the center. So I cut this at 24 inches. I'm going to make a 12-inch tail. Take my ribbon, pinch one end, and stick it in the center, just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and dovetail that. There we go. Now I'm going to continue on with my bow. So this is also 24 inches. We're going to keep it at one piece. And I'm going to do 6-inch loops. Now this is a 1.5-inch ribbon. I really love 1.5-inch ribbon. I'm like obsessed with it now because I like to make these big loopy bows. And especially on the angel wing, it looked so pretty. So, do I have this backwards? I think I do. Oh, I'm such a turd sometimes, a goober. All right, let's try this again. Okay. No, I had it right. Pull that to 6 inches. So when you want to twist, give it one twist towards the top. So the not so great side is facing up. Again, give it a twist, bring it down, pull your loop to 6 inches. So they're both the same size. Same size. struggling here. One going this way, one going this way. You can watch the replay, Donna. We're almost done. Okay, I think I'm going to do 3 loops on the bottom. Oh, look. Oh, I think I can get away with it. So they actually took the time and stitched 2 pieces of the ribbon together. But I think I can get away with it. So there's increments right on the bow maker. Okay, now I'm going to do blue, this blue. Same thing. You love that contraption with the bow maker. I'm doing 6-inch loops. My tail is, I cut it in piece at 24, so each tail is 12 inches. So I'm going to do 2 loops of the blue on each side. And then I'm going to come back in with the stars and stripes. I'm getting better. I practice. I don't want to give up. Guys, I've been wreathing for over 12 years now. I think it is. And I still can't master the bow. And I have every single bow maker you could, that is on the market. So the Canadians, if you don't have your bow maker, I do have bow makers, the easy bow makers in stock from my Canadian friends. This ribbon is kind of wonky. I'm going to do these last ones just a little bit smaller. So about 5 inches, I'm just going to guess. So they're just a little bit shorter than the bottom ones. This ribbon is all twisted. The tail is 24, well, they're 12 inches each side. And the loops, the first 3 I did 6 inches, the blue I did 6 inches, and now these ones I'm doing 5 inches. And I'm going to do 3 loops at the top. And one more. Alrighty. should be good. Alrighty, now I'm going to take a zip tie. You're going to need 2 zip ties. Now I zip tie my bows. A lot of people use pipe cleaners, Chanel stems, whatever you want. I like the zip ties. It stays in nice and tight. I'm just going to lift this up, slide my zip tie underneath it. Actually, I'm just going to pull the whole dang thing off. Don't let go. Why do I struggle? Why? There we go. Whew. Whew. That was touch and go there. I think I'm going to put a pipe cleaner instead of a zip tie on the back. So I'm going to take a pipe cleaner and just go underneath the zip tie. And this is what I'm going to use to attach it to my frame. And once I got that on, I'm going to pull this nice and tight and cut the zip tie off. There we go. There is our bow. And we're going to put it on our board. All right, so where I'm going to put my pipe cleaners, I'm going to use the top here. Am I going to use right here? Now I may need to go in. I think last time I did have to go in on the bottom with 2 pieces of mesh. I can't remember. So I'm just going right at the top here, these 2 holes on row 5, and just give it a twist. All right, and then you can fluff your bow as it's on the board. Okay, so you're gonna open up your loops. I'm stuck. Okay, there's the second row. There's one side. Now I have a really nice rag bow, but it's massive. The rag bow would have looked so cool in the center of my wreath, but it pretty much takes up my whole wreath. It's huge. So if you can make rag bows, you can make a small rag bow, that would look so pretty. Thank you guys. And I have a few little things I'm going to add to it. So you see how it's nice that the tails are not, yeah, I'm going to have to put a thing right there. Although the tails do cover it, but these side tails, don't forget to do those, or you're going to have all your tails going down straight down the center. And that's fine if that's how you want it. It's totally up to you. I just find it looks so much nicer with some of them angling off. Now, if I didn't have to do this upside down. Now, I have from last year. I have these flag roses, and I got these from Kelly and Crafts last year. Ooh. I'm going to stick a few coming out the bottom. I got my glue gun on. I'm going to glue the rose because they slide off really easy. Make sure you glue the heads on too. There's one. So you can just use red or white roses or little flowers. You don't even have to put anything. I just found when I did the last wreath, the flowers really set it off. And all I did was hot glue them in. Nothing fancy. Just little sprigs. That's 3. I don't actually make to sell these, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people making them. So if you want one made, maybe just post your area, and I'm sure somebody in our group will be happy to make you one. Oh, you're very welcome, Denise. Thank you for saying thank you. We also have a sister group called Unique Wreath Creators. And in that group, it's a free group. Everybody posts their wreaths and their designs, and a lot of people share how they've done certain things. And the creativity in that group is absolutely insane, like insane, blows my mind. So it's really, if you're wanting to buy a wreath, you might want to go in there and just post that you're looking for a wreath and what your area is, because we have all kinds of people all over the United States and Canada making them. All right. So I'm going to do 3, I think, on each side. And I got some of this green stuff. I'm just going to put a couple sprigs in just to, and it's glittery. It's from Christmas. But anything sparkly is fabulous in my books. Alrighty. So I think I'm going to just going to put some glue on the ends, and you can glue in the flowers right into the Deco mesh. So I'm just going to put some hot glue on the end of my flower here. I'm just sticking it in the mesh without burning myself. Hi, Lolly. Now I'm using Gorilla Glue sticks. Gorilla Glue sticks or Gorilla Glue is amazing. Oh, that is pretty. Does anybody remember me doing I did a whole cross with these roses last year. Does anybody remember that? That turned out really fabulous too. Now, I don't know if she has any more. I got these at a place called Kelly and Crafts. Really, Law? And you have to flush too. Sorry, guys, I'm next to the downstairs bathroom. So I'm just kind of going straight into the Deco mesh and then angling it. Yeah, the cross, it was easy to do too. She had these roses on for really, really cheap price. So I grabbed a bunch of them. All right, now I'm just going to put a few little pieces of this greenery in. I'm going to put some glue on the top here just so it doesn't slide off. And I'm going to go and put some of this in the actual bow. Not too much, just a little. Just gonna cut down a bit. And I think I'll put a couple pieces near the bottom. Now you don't have to do this. You can just leave the bow simple. Almost done, almost done. Now I don't use florals a lot, but if you have like a glue pot, a lot of wreathers use glue pots and stuff. I don't do enough florals. So I'm just kind of sticking this with the glue almost to the base of the bow. There we go. How's that look? Does that look okay? It's most definitely patriotic, that's for sure. All right, now I'm just going to put a hanger on it. Got my glue strings. I'll fix my bow. I usually do my adjusting and everything when it's on the door. Plus, I'm doing this upside down still. Yeah, see, I can see when I was looking at it from the other angle, it looked fine until I turned it right side up, and then it's kind of wonky. wonky. But that's okay. We fix. We fix. All right, so now you're going to take a zip tie. And I'm going to cut these. This is from our bow. Cut the pipe cleaner and then feed it back down the hole. That way you have nothing sharp on the back of your wreath. And then from here to here, I'm going to slide a zip tie. Now you can use wire or you can use a pipe cleaner, whatever you want to make a hanger. Just feeding this up. Doesn't want to. That's better. Leave it open. I'm going to cut the tail off for a hanger. And there we go. We have some patriotic angel wings here going on. This would be beautiful at a legion, hanging up at a legion. Or now I do have outdoor ribbon coming. So the ribbon is actually made with Deco mesh, and you'll be able to use it outside. So everything will be plastic and weather resistant, right? So you'll be able to put it on a cemetery grave site without worrying about the ribbon getting soaked. Alrighty. We have some patriotic wings here. That's it. Thank you guys all for joining me. I appreciate it. If you would tell your friends about this really cool, easy wreathing crafting thing that you found. And I'd love to wait. I can't wait to see everybody else's wings when you guys get them. And please do share. Share in our group. Send us the emails. We like to share everybody's pictures on our Facebook, on our Pinterest, especially on our Pinterest. We get a lot of traffic on our Pinterest page. So if you send us pictures, we will post it on all our platforms, and it'll help get your name out there as well, because we will tag you in it. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for joining me, for all your support, and have fun and don't overthink it. Stop, rewind, take a break. Just have fun with it, because if you don't have fun, then why bother, really? Okay, everybody be safe, and I love you all. Bye.